Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for customer service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us. Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for customer service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
This is a place to create your future. And when you get here, you realize you're not alone. You meet new people and make connections. It's not always about knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's about finding your own way. It's working together to build something bigger than ourselves. It's hard work, but lots of fun. We come for the quality education, but we leave with an unparalleled experience. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and Roll Tribe ICC fans, as we're just moments away from that Guaranty Bank opening pitch here between ICC and Northeast. Game 1 of 2 this afternoon, and a breezy afternoon or evening it is here in Boonville. As it's going to be Hallie Turner to start us off here. Turner, Day Jones, and Smith scheduled up here in the top of the first as we'll await that Guaranty Bank opening pitch. It's on its way, and there's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Gloved over in time for the out. One away. 4:58 is the time for the Guaranteed Bank opening pitch. And 4-3 on the ground out of Turner. One away now, and this will bring up Sammy Day Jones.
Number 1, Sammy Day Jones.
Day Jones playing in center field. Of course, we'll give you the starting lineups for both squads in the exchange of the inning. As Day Jones batting in that second spot. Was it that first pitch in there for a strike? First time calling a game out here at the Plex, so the field's dimensions look like this. 200 down the line both ways, 216 to the gaps, and 220 with the tall wall out there in center field. This pitch popped up, backing out of play. It's actually off a light, and that will go for strike 2. We've got a baseball game going on to our left as these facilities very close to each other. As now the count is 0-2 here to Sammy Day Jones. Pitch on its way. Day Jones fouls this one off, and the count will stay 0-2. Well, you can hear the breeze blowing here at the ballpark, and can't really see the flag because we're actually way up above the field, but the flag is blowing basically from center field to the left foul pole. It's been blowing out of the park for most of the day, so anything hit to the air, especially deep to the outfield, is going to be quite the adventure. That pitch missing high and outside for a ball. Doing to welcome all those members of the ICC family tuning in here. Want to thank Blake Long and Ryan over here, everybody, part of the SID crew here at Northeast, are the great hospitality to help us get set up here. As this pitch fouled back, we'll stay at 1-2 here with Sammy Day Jones at the plate. You got Day Jones and then Jesse Smith on deck. ICC comes into the game with a 13-18 record overall, 5-5 in conference play. Northeast, the number 17 team in the country, 25-11, 4-4 in conference play. Day Jones rips one up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Nice at bat there by Sammy, as she fouled off 2 or 3 pitches, able to battle back and get the first hit of the game.
Number 24.
And so now that will bring up Jesse Smith. Smith batting in that 3 spot, playing third base. As the wind picking up once again, this time blowing out to left field. Day Jones is at first. Smith shows bunt, and that one fouled back and hits the catcher. And we saw that a lot in the game against Pearl River. Matter of fact, the poor catcher in game 1 against Pearl River had 5 different foul balls, I know for sure, pop back and hit her as that pitch fouled back for strike 1. 0-1 is the count here to Smith. So 0-1 the count. Smith at the plate. 1 out and a runner at first. That's Sammy Day Jones. This ball popped up high in the infield. And we talked about that wind causing fits, and the shortstop runs up and makes the play, though. As that one was popped straight up in the air, actually blew it back. It looked like it was going to be a routine ball in the, I guess you could say, in between the circle and short, but the wind carried that thing forward, and a good running stop there by the shortstop Carnathan for out number 2. So now this will bring the DP Tyree to the plate. Looks at that first pitch in there for a strike. There's 2 outs now in the inning, and Sammy Day Jones is at first after a 1-out single. Is that pitch missing for a ball? 1-1 now is the count. Raphael Henry on hand, shooting highlights today. Cal Brown shooting photos for ICCimages.com. Remember, you can get digital downloads available for $1 there at ICCimages.com. 1-1 pitch. This one lifted. Center fielder's going to dance back and will camp underneath it for the out. And so no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll keep it here and tell you about today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups for both squads. We've already introduced you to the first 4 of the game here for ICC. Shortstop, Hallie Turner. Center fielder, Sammy Day Jones. Third baseman, Jesse Smith. And the DP, Riley Tyree. The rest of the lineup will look like this. You've got Chloe McClain catching. Allie Beckley out in right field. Sadie Stegall playing first base. Tamaya Martin out in left field. And Camden Cooper is the second baseman. That is your 5 through 9 in the lineup. Today's flex is the starting pitcher, Alyssa Clift. For Northeast, it looks like this. Leading things off will be the left fielder, Sydney Bean. Batting second, playing second will be Maddie Holcomb. The shortstop will be Caitlin Carnathan. I'm going to eventually get that right, and probably be after she graduates. But yes, Caitlin Carnathan. Then you've got Annalise Rogers playing first base. Ava Meeks is pitching. Haley Minshew is catching. Bree Harmon is the DP. Madeline Savage is third base. Emma Calcutt is in center field. And the flex today will be Sarah Heinman. She's playing in right field for the Tigers. So that is your Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. And Coach Ernest and Coach Hawk hope they've got that same winning combination put together today here against the rivals.
Leading off for the Tigers, number 1, Sydney Bean.
So it'll be Sydney Bean to lead us off here. As Clift is in the circle, we'll give you some numbers on Alyssa here in a moment as his first pitch fouled off for strike one. Clift on the season is 1-3. She's pitched 34 innings, has given up 36 hits, 30 runs, 26 of those earned. She's walked 20 and struck out 30. As that pitch low for a ball, 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. So we're in the bottom of the first, no score. ICC had a single by Sammy Day Jones, but couldn't get anything going in the top half of the inning. As this pitch popped up, Sammy Day Jones will coast over and record the out for out number 1. And now this will bring up Maddie Holcomb, the second baseman.
Number 21, Maddie Holcomb.
So Holcomb will dig in with 1 out and nobody on. And so Cliff will get set to deliver the pitch here to Holcomb. We mentioned playing second base. Listen to that first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Michael Upton checking in, listening to the broadcast on his drive home. Appreciate Michael for checking in on us. 0-1 is the count. This pitch popped up mile high in the air. Cliff calling everyone off and will make the play on the infield for out number 2. Well, I'll say this, folks. When I say a mile high in the air, you can, if you're watching, those are actually watching versus listening right now, you see the dramatic down look on the field that we're shooting with here. And that one was probably another 10 foot above where we're at right now in the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association broadcast booth. Big swing and a miss there for strike 1, as this is Carnathan at the plate, playing shortstop. Speaking of the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, if you would like to contribute to ICC, you can do so by visiting iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu/foundation. That last pitch high for a ball to Carnathan. We mentioned the wind playing fits today, now kind of blowing into the ballpark, as there's a swing and a miss for strike 2 here to the shortstop. So 1-2 is the count. Cliff looking for a 3-up, 3-down inning here. Pitch on its way. This one fouled back off the netting and will stay at 1-2. Of course, tomorrow we'll be right back here on the Red Channel with the baseball version of the rivalry here, as Northeast will come to town. I believe that'll be a 2 o'clock opening pitch, as there's a foul ball down the right side. And we'll sit at 1-2 once again. See a few fans out there in left field have pulled their truck up to the fence and enjoying the view out there in left field. Beautiful day other than the gusting winds. Temperatures are nice. Now it will drop as soon as the sun starts setting as we wait the 1-2 pitch. And that one just missing outside. Boy, if we had a better mic or better angle for the mic to put out there, you would hear plenty of the boo birds being broke out there that time by the ICC fans, as they thought that was strike 3. But instead, 2-2 now is the count here to Carnathan. That pitch runs inside high for a ball. 3-2 now is the count. So Northeast trying to find a way to get on base here and extend the bottom of the first. 2 outs, nobody on. 3-2 is the count here to the shortstop, Caitlin Carnathan. This pitch popped up, right side is going to be foul, but Allie Beckley is going to give chase, but it'll get out of play. And so now 3-2 will stay the count. The only person who had a chance to make a play on the ball there was Mr. Mike, the bus driver. Speaking of that, he got a chance to throw the first pitch out before the Pearl River game. You can visit our YouTube page. Just simply search Let's Go ICC on YouTube. That's all one word. Let's Go ICC. You can see that and many other videos, including highlights from the Game 2 win over the number 2 team in the country, Pearl River. As that pitch goes high for a ball. And Carnathan, nice at bat, fouled off a few pitches and found a way to get on base. And now this will bring Rogers, the first baseman, to the dish with 2 outs and a runner at first. So this will be Annalise Rogers at the plate. 2 outs, runner at first. Same situation ICC had in the top half of the inning. Runner goes, throw is in time. As caught stealing that time, 2-6 on the putout. As basically after that, a 3-up, 3-down inning there for the Tigers. As we'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Why didn't you answer your phone?
You're not gonna believe what just... You bought a Coca-Cola with 0 sugar?
Yeah. Why?
Come on, it has 0 sugar.
Yep. And it's delicious.
I don't believe it.
Just try something new. You'll love it.
This does taste great.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the second inning. Still no score here in Game 1 between ICC and Northeast. It'll be Chloe McLean, Allie Beckley, and Sadie Stegall due up here for the Indians in the top of the second. Both teams put a runner on there in the in the first inning, but couldn't get anything going. And that's where we're sitting right now. This first pitch high to McLean. She's catching here in Game 2. Chloe batting .370 on the season. She's got 17 hits, 9 runs, 3 doubles. As that off-speed pitch drops in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. McLean, Beckley, and Stegall due up here in the top of the second. Pitch missing low for a ball. 2-1 is the count. Again, like the Pearl River game, I do want to apologize if it sounds like I'm talking into a barrel. As sinuses and allergies, oh my goodness, they have been whooping my tail this week. As 2-1 now is the count here to McLean. This one popped up, backing out of play, and off the side of a vehicle, nearly hitting the window. So 2-2 now is the count. McLean's going to have to protect the dish here. Reaches down to find that one. Third baseman gloves it, throws it over in time for out number 1. We'll chase the ball in the dirt that time. Found a piece of it to keep the at-bat alive, but a nice job over there at third base by Savage to glove that one without any issues. And now this will bring Allie Beckley to the plate. Another thing that's going to be an issue today is anything hit to the left side of the field, that sun is kind of wicked right now. Beckley showed that she was going to bat from the left-hand side, showed Northeast that they kind of shifted around on her, so now she's going to jump in the right side of the batter's box. So switch hitter there, reading the defense and wanting to change things up. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike. Try to give us a little bit more gnat sound, as we said high above the field right now, so not really picking up a whole lot of gnat sound out there. Pitch in the dirt. 1-1 now is the count. Now, when I say pitch in the dirt, it is a turf field, but that's just a natural cadence there. 1-1 now is the count here to Beckley. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the second, no score. Beckley pops this one up. Pitcher's calling everyone off and will make the play for out number 2. So 2 away now. This will bring Sadie Stegall to the plate.
Number 14, Sadie Stegall.
Stegall will dig in to see if she can spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians. Stegall playing first base. And she's been there pretty much over the last month defensively. Been in and out of the lineup. As there's a swing and a miss for strike 1. When I say in and out of the lineup, in and out of the batting part of the lineup. So now 0-1 is the count. If she were to reach, then Tamaya Martin would be up next. There's a grounder right back to the pitcher. Look what I found. Underhand toss over. 1-3 for the putout. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Indians there in the top of the second. We'll take a timeout. Be back with the bottom half right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza.
It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you?
Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
Oh, no. 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 No!
Have some for yourself.
Yes.
No! Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m.
Pizza, pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back now as we shift to the bottom of the second inning, where to be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up here for Northeast. It'll be Rogers, Meeks, and Minshew scheduled up here. Game 1 of 2 this afternoon here in the rivalry between Northeast and ICC. You know, this was a game, obviously we play each other a lot, but really surprised that this game does not have, or this rivalry does not have some sort of name. As this pitch fouled off down the right side, out of play for strike 1. Now, I'm from Calhoun County. You've got the Schooner River rivalry between Bruce and Calhoun City. And Lafayette County got the Crosstown Classic between Oxford and Lafayette. Boonville Baldwin, I think that's the Skunk Bowl. As that pitch inside for a ball. Is it Walnut and somebody has the Joe Bowl, so might be something I need to talk with Blake over the summer and see if we can't come up with a name for this rivalry between ICC and Northeast across the board. 1-1 pitch fouled off to the parking lot and missing cars this time. 1-2 now is the count. Matter of fact, may put that on the poll later on tonight to see if you had to name this rivalry between ICC and Northeast, what would you name it? 1-2 now is the count here to Rogers, the first baseman. That pitch missing outside. Not a bad spot to miss. 2-2 now is the count. Rogers, Meeks, and Minshew scheduled up here for Northeast in the bottom of the second. Alyssa Cliff still in the circle here. Thanks to a nice play by the catcher, McLean, catching the runner trying to steal. It was a untraditional 3 up, 3 down inning in the home half of the first. As that pitch fouled down the line, 2-2 will stay the count. So waiting the 2-2 pitch here. This one popped up. Stegall will go over in foul territory and make the play for out number 1. So 1 away now. This will bring up the pitcher, Ava Meeks, to the plate. Meeks batting in that 5 spot. Looking to help her own cause here with a base hit if she can come up with one. And so she'll dig in to face Clift, her counterpart here in game 1. As that first pitch finds the outside corner for a strike. So 0-1 is the count. Tried to bunt at it, couldn't find it. It goes 0-2 now is the count. So now 0-2 is the count here to Meeks. As Cliff taking her time, getting set to deliver. And this one popped up. Shortstop going back, calling everyone off, and then had to run in to make the play. As we said, the wind still a major factor today, but has not shifted anything around or has not caused anybody to miss a play yet. And so now this will be Minshew coming to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. Minshew catching here in game 1. Took a foul ball back to her arm earlier, so good to see her still being able to stay around in the game here. As she pops the first pitch up, she sees Allie Beckley in right field, running all the way in, about 5 yards shy of the infield, and she'll get the out. So another 3 up, 3 down inning there for the Tigers. No scores so far here through 2. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the 3rd inning. Still no score here between ICC and Northeast here in game 1 of 2 this evening. Sun continues to set here in Boonville as you start to see the shadows stretch across the field. As to be the 8-9-1 batters due up. Tamaya Martin, Camden Cooper, and then back to the top of the lineup and Hallie Turner. That first pitch finds the outside corner to Martin for strike 1. Martin batting .371 on the season. Love to see if she can get the Indians started here with a base hit. That pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. She's got 26 hits on the season, 12 runs, 1 home run, and that was an in-the-park home run at Snead State. 1-1 pitch. Foul back off the netting. 1-2 now is the count. Other than that in-the-park home run, she does not have an extra base hit, and of course, traditionally a slap hitter, not going to have very many extra base hits. As now the count with a 1-2 here on Martin. As that pitch missing high and outside for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. Again, the wind gusting now kind of blowing back into the ballpark. This is blowing from center field to the foul pole and left. As there's going to be a line drive right at the third baseman. And that was a nice play reeled in that time by Savage. If that's hit a little bit harder, it could be trouble. As Savage staring right into the sun over there at third base. And now this is going to be Cooper coming to the plate here for the Indians. 1 out and nobody on here. Cooper at the dish. Boy, she almost had one of the biggest hits in the history of the ICC softball program as she sent a monster shot down the line and right. Would have walked off game one with a 2-run home run against Pearl River, but it was about a foot foul there in game one. As she fouls this one off, and that's going to go over towards the baseball field. 1-1 now is the count. Or excuse me, 2-0 is the count as that first pitch was a strike. As this one blasted, left fielder's going to go over and can't find it. This is going to be down for extra bases. And that's going to be a Davis Ford double by Cooper. Well, as we said, it's going to be tough. Anything hit to that left side of the field, and I believe that's what happened that time to Sydney Bean. Just lost the ball in the light, couldn't find it. And so now a runner in scoring position here for the Indians, and this is going to be Turner coming to the plate. Turner flew out to center on the first pitch that she saw on the day. Coming into this series, she's batting .327, and took a healthy swing at that one, missing for strike one. Turner has 34 hits, 9 doubles, 14 RBIs. Would love to find number 15 here, but instead swing and a miss for strike two. So 0-2 is the count here to Turner. There's one out. Sammy Day Jones is on deck. She had a single but was left stranded at first, back in the top of the first. Turner looks at that pitch in the dirt, blocked up nicely that time by Minshew. Keeps the runner at second as now the count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner at second. No score here in the top of the third. Swing and a miss. Got her reaching at that one. And that is our first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game.
Center fielder number 1, Sammy Day Jones.
Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. And now this will be Sammy Day Jones. She had a nice at bat in her only at bat so far. Fouled off 3 or 4 pitches before able to get a single right back up the middle. Looks at that pitch in there, takes it for strike one. Meeks, who is pitching here for Northeast, has done a pretty good job of throwing strikes early, but the best thing she's doing right now is just mixing up her speeds. As that pitch missing low for a ball, 1-1 now is the count. And when you can get your off-speed stuff going and throw that for strikes, really, really difficult for the batters in this league. 1-1 now is the count. Shows bunt, tries at it, and that's going to be strike two. 1-2 now is the count. Sammy Day saw that the third baseman was going to see if she could sneak in a bunt to possibly get on that way, but misses, and now 1-2 is the count. This pitch popped up and could be trouble. Left fielder comes in, and the center fielder runs into her, but the left fielder able to hold on to it. And that was a big-time break there for Northeast, as neither player really called the other one off. Left fielder Bean came in and grabbed that one despite being ran into, held on to it for out number 3. So the Indians can't cash in with a Davis Ford double by Cooper. As we'll take a break, let's hear from Davis Ford and be back with more right after this.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to move to the bottom of the third inning. Still no score here between ICC and Northeast here in Boonville. For Northeast, it's going to be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up. Harmon, Savage, and Calicut.
Leading off for the Tigers in the bottom of the third, number 6, Bree Harmon.
Alyssa Cliff still in the circle here for the Indians. It was a Davis Ford double by Cooper, but then a strikeout and a flyout. That was a fortunate break on the flyout there, if you will, for Northeast, as the center fielder ran into the left fielder, but she was able to hang on to the ball for out number 3. If that drops and a run scores without an issue, as that first pitch high for a ball. Like Northeast sending someone down to the bullpen to start getting loose. We'll give you that information here in a moment. As bunt shown, and it's going to be fouled off, and that'll even things up here at 1-1. That appears to be possibly Jana Shaw starting to get loose there in the bullpen. The sister of ICC pitcher Julia Shaw. But they might have multiple arms down there in the bullpen. So that foul ball evens the count up now at 1-1. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-2 now is the count here to Bree Harmon, the DP, leading us off here in the bottom of the third. Wind starting to pick up once again. I say it's starting to pick up. It's been blowing steady all day, but picking up a little bit more than it has been, blowing out to left field. 1-2 pitch. That one just missing for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, as Harmon is leading us off here in the bottom of the third for Northeast. 2-2 pitch. And they're going to appeal to see if she went, and she did not. And I do agree, as she checked her swing. That's only ball 3. As the third base coach from Northeast trying to tell her to go on down to first, but yep, that's ball 3. Now the count goes full. Good job there by the first base umpire. She clearly checked her swing. As now 3-2 is the count here. And that's going to be a foul ball, and we'll stay at 3-2. Again, we invite you to join us tomorrow, as we'll have baseball right back here on the Red Channel. It'll be ICC and Northeast in baseball. We'll have that guaranteed bank opening pitch coming your way around 2 o'clock, I think. Visit letsgoicc.com to double check that start time. As this pitch popped up, it's going to get out of play, and we'll stay at 3-2 as well. Tennis was supposed to play Northeast today, but that match has been pushed back to Thursday. That'll be an 11 o'clock start there in New Albany for the tennis match between ICC and Northeast. Count stays 3-2 after that foul ball. This one ripped, but it's pulled foul. So Harmon has hit 2 to the left side foul and 2 to the right side foul, keeping this at-bat alive here. So the count full at 3-2. Cliff looking to see if she can pick up her first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. Instead, there's a ground ball right back to her. She's able to find it, flips it over for the out. 1-3 for those of you scoring at home, and now this will bring Madeline Savage, the third baseman, to the plate here for the Tigers. So 1 away.
Number 4, Madeline Savage.
As Savage comes to the plate with nobody on. Cliff still in the circle here for ICC. That pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count here to Savage. Calicut is on deck here for the Tigers. Cliff getting set to deliver the 0-1 pitch. This one lifted, could be trouble to the gap, but no, there's Allie Beckley with a great play out there in right field, making the long run to make the catch for out number 2. That's one of those, if you're Alyssa Clift, you look back at Beckley, tip your cap and say, heck of a job there, as that one looked like it was going to be down for extra bases, but instead goes for out number 2. And this will be Emma Calicut, the number 9 batter playing in center field, coming to the plate. This is that first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count here to Calicut. So 0-1 the count. Calicut at the dish, showed bunt, pulled back, took it high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Tennis will be in action tomorrow as they host Jones. There's a shot right at the second baseman. She'll reel it in for another 3-up, 3-down inning there for the Tigers. We've played 3 here in game 1. Still no score. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network. Welcome back now as we head to the top of the 4th inning. No score here between ICC and Northeast. For the Indians, it'll be the 3-4-5 batters to Smith, Tyree, and McLean. Smith in her last at bat popped up to the shortstop. It was the ball that the shortstop originally camped underneath. Probably if there was a baseline between second and third, that's where she started, but the wind gusted and blew it all the way back to the circle. As this is going to be a flare out to the right side. Right fielder's going over and will make the play in foul territory. Thought for a second that might have a chance to get over her head, but again drifted into foul territory. But a nice running catch out there in right field by Sarah Hyman, who is not batting today. She is in that flex position, so 1 pitch, 1 out. And they're going to try to swap out a bat right now, as this will be Ronnie Tyree. Tyree flew out to center in her only at bat so far. Tyree came into the series batting .344 on the season. Swings in the first one, fouls it back for strike 1. The softball team, they'll be back in action on Thursday, as they'll host Southwest. Those games will be right back here on the Red Channel as well. Off speed, and it's a beauty. In there for a strike, and that's one thing that Meeks has done well today. She hasn't gone to that off-speed pitch often, but when she does, she throws it for strikes, and it means you have to respect that pitch at any moment, as now 0-2 is the count here to Tyree. Tyree fouls that one off and will stay at 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. So 0-2 now is the count here to Tyree. This pitch lifted to the left side, deep, going back towards the wall, and it's going to be off the top of the wall. And that's going to go for a Davis Ford double. Well, thought there for a second it might have a chance to carry out of the ballpark, but instead hit just below the yellow padding out there in left field where some of the Northeast students are. And so now that is going to be the second double of the game, and this is going to be McLean coming to the plate. 1 out. McLean's going to show bunt, lays down a beauty, only 1 play, and it's over to first, and it's in time for the out. That's the sacrifice bunt. 1-3 on the putout. That sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Reminding you the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC BSU. Fitting with Easter weekend coming up. That's now Beckley, who switch hitter. Batting on the right side, now bats on the left side. Swings on the first pitch he sees, but right at the second baseman. And a clutch play there as they get a runner at third, but can't get anything going. As we move now to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still no score. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza.
It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you?
Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
Oh, no. 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 No!
Try some for yourself.
Yes.
No!
Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m.
Pizza, pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we said, moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. No score here between ICC and Northeast. ICC got a Davis Ford double by Tyree that nearly was a home run, but instead stayed in the ballpark. Then a sacrifice bunt moved over to third, but a ground out to second got the Tigers out of the inning with no damage done. Flip it back to the top part of the lineup here for Northeast. It'll be Sydney Bean, Maddie Holcomb, and then Caitlin Carnathan due up here for the Tigers in the bottom of the 4th. Alyssa Clift still in the circle here as that pitch fouled off. 0-1 now is the count. Bean flew out to center field in her first at bat of the game. Clift taking a lot of time here getting the signal. That pitch fouled off, and now 0-2 is the count here to Sydney Bean. Again, the wind picking up. Boy, where was that wind when Tyree hit the ball? If she had that wind behind the ball, would have carried out of the ballpark. So 0-2 is the count here to Bean. Lifts that one. It's going to be off the glove of the third baseman, and that'll go for a hit. As that will be the first hit of the day for Northeast. The infield was in that time, anticipating the slap hit, but instead got the line drive right off the top of the glove of a leaping third baseman in Smith. So that's going to be the first hit of the day, second base runner of the day for the Tigers, as it was Carnathan who had the walk back in the first inning. So now this will be Holcomb who popped up to the pitcher. Swings and misses at the fastball. 0-1 is the count. So you got Bean at first. No outs here. That is the first time today either team has got the leadoff batter on to start the inning. So 0-1 the count. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes it for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Well, Carnathan was caught stealing to end the first, so she was technically a race off the bases even though she was walked. So now the count goes 1-1. Shows bunt, and are they going to say a foul ball? She never attempted to pull the bat back, and that's an unfortunate foul ball there. Well, good job there by the home plate umpire, quickly coming out to call that one. As it's going to be Jody Long, Coach Jody Long, coming out to talk with the home plate umpire on this one. Jody has been in the game for a while, 19 years now, as he's got 479 wins, 379 losses. Kelly Beth Ernest, the head coach of ICC, she's been in it for 2 years, 32 wins, 36 losses. Just a little bit of difference there in those 17 years. Of course, we call them rivals, but Jody, a good buddy of mine, really like Jody. I've known him long before I came to ICC, and just a good guy. So 1-2 now is the count. Didn't have too long of a conversation with the home plate umpire about that one. So wait the 1-2 pitch. That pitch missing outside, as Holcomb looked like she was thinking about pulling the trigger on it. Held back. Now the count goes 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, and a runner at first here in a scoreless contest. We're in the bottom of the 4th here, game 1 between ICC and Northeast. Runner goes on the pitch, ball fouled back over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Remember, if you would like to donate to ICC softball, you can do so by visiting iccms.edu/Indian Club. That's iccms.edu/Indian Club. Select softball, and you can make your donation there. If you've enjoyed today's broadcast, you can do so by selecting sports information. And drop us a little love there as well. That ball caught on the ground, and that's going to be a Little Caesars double play. Heck of an effort there by Turner to come up and catch that one at her shoestrings. And then the easy toss over to first to Stegall. And that'll erase the runner off the bags. And quickly 2 outs on the board thanks to that Little Caesars double play. Little Caesars located on South Adams Street right there in Fulton, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. This is now Carnathan coming to the plate. She walked but was caught stealing in her only at bat so far. That was to end the first. 2 outs now in the inning with nobody on base. That pitch drifts high for a ball. 2-0 now is the count here to the shortstop, Carnathan. So 2-0 is the count. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th. This ball's popped up. Stegall going to give chase, and, well, rightfully so. The coach at first base didn't have to move. He stayed put. Nearly got in the mix of the play, but a good job there by Stegall to stay focused, reel that one in, and get the out for the Indians to end the inning. A unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning once again as to the Little Caesars double play. Let's hear from Little Caesars and be back with more right after this.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza.
It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you? Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
Oh, no. 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 No!
Have some for yourself.
Yes.
No!
Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m.
Pizza, pizza.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
And welcome back now as we shift to the top of the 5th inning, and it's going to be Sadie Stegall at the plate to lead us off. She was the one that made that last play, and whenever I was talking about that play, you had the Northeast coach that was in the batter's box, and as we said, nearly came into the play as that one fouled right back towards me. That'll be for strike one, but he wasn't interfering with it. He wasn't trying to because he stayed still, didn't get in the way, did what a coach was supposed to do in that sense. So I just wanted to make sure I had clarification on that as we went into the break. That first pitch fouled back for strike one. Big swing and a miss there by Stegall. She grounded out to the pitcher in her first at bat. That was to end the second. No score here. We're in the top of the fifth inning. Game 1 of 2 here between ICC and Northeast. Stegall, slow roller back to the pitcher. No issue there. Throw across is in time. Second time today that Stegall's been retired, 1-3. And now with one out, this will bring Martin to the dish. Martin hit the ball hard, but right at the third baseman on a nice play over at third. We mentioned a tough play because the sun right in the eyes of Savage. She's actually going to come up even closer now. Shows bunt, pulls back, but called a strike. So 0-1 is the count. Here to Martin. Infield coming in big time as that pitch high for a ball. If Martin could turn on something, or at least get a hard hit right up the middle, she could run for days. Instead, there's a shot to the shortstop. Going to have to hurry. Throw across the way is just in time. 6-3 on the putout. Reason why I said that was the center fielder was shading her to the left side as well. So now this will bring Cooper to the plate. She doubled back in the third inning, but was left stranded. 2 of the 3 runners today for the Indians have been left stranded in scoring position. So she'll see if she can spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians. This pitch ripped. Left fielder's going to come up and makes the sliding catch for the out. A big-time break there. If she isn't able to get her feet underneath her enough to make that dive to the left, that drops for extra bases. When instead, we'll move to the bottom of the fifth. Still no score here. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I could go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best star here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the fifth inning. For Northeast, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up. Rogers, Meeks, and Minshew. Cliff still in the circle here for the Indians. Had worked 3 innings before giving up her first hit of the day, and that was a single by Sydney Bean to start the previous inning that the Tigers were to bat, but a nice defensive effort on the part of Hallie Turner turned a Little Caesars double play to erase that hit. There's going to be a shot right back up the middle. And so for the second straight inning in a row, the Tigers have got the leadoff batter on base via base hit. Rogers in her previous at bat had popped up in foul territory. And looks like we'll have a runner coming in here in place of Rogers, as this will be number 10 coming in to run. And I've got that as Hill, so Hill.
Pitch running for the Tigers at first base, number 10, Amaya Hill.
So Amaya Hill will come in to run here. Get a little bit more speed on the bases. The way these game has gone so far right now, hits are few and far in between in this situation. As the wind picking up once again, blowing hard out to left. And this is going to be Ava Meeks. She popped up to the shortstop in her only at bat so far in the game. Shows bunt, lays it down. It's going to be a foul for strike one. Well, it could be the team that could execute small ball or come up with a timely hit and decides to win game one here. So we mentioned ICC has had 3 runners on the bags, 2 of them in scoring position. Just hasn't been able to get them across yet. One of them was nearly a home run off the bat of Tyree. She ended up at third but was left stranded. That was back in the 4th. Shows bunt again. This one popped up and, just could not find it that time. Could McLean, as that was just a heck of an effort to make it close. As she just dropped to her knees and sprung out in a hurry, but now 0-2 is the count here on Meeks. Boy, that would have been a great play had she been able to find a way to reel that one in. So 0-2 now is the count here to Meeks. Runner at first with no outs. And she went. No, they got to appeal that. She went. Oh, no. Now that one they got wrong. Don't know why they didn't appeal down to the first base umpire. Now, the one they got right, they got it right earlier when she didn't go. But that one, yeah, she committed on the swing there. So a break for the Tigers. 1-2 now is the count. So Cliff getting the signal here. 1-2 is the count to Meeks. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Well, if Jim Ingram was calling the game with us, he would say ball don't lie in that situation. As that is going to be the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Cliff. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. So 1 out now, runner still at first, and this is going to be Minshew at the plate. She hit the ball hard out to the gap in right field. Ball gets away, runner will advance on the pass ball. And so that's a big moment in the game there, as we were talking about. Minshew hit the ball deep to the gap in right, but a great play by Beckley stole her of a extra base hit. But now runner in scoring position here with 1 out. 1-0 is the count. 2-0 now. The count is that one missing low and outside. This is the first time today that Northeast has had a runner in scoring position here. 2-0 is the count to Minshew. She's catching here in game 1 and fouls that one off herself. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second. We mentioned Minshew flew out to right to end the second. That pitch missing outside. Now 3-1 is the count. But Cliff just needs to step back and take a deep breath here and refocus and go after Minshew in this situation. 3-1 the count. Runner at second with 1 out. This one hit right back up the middle. Could be trouble. Northeast is going to try to score. The throw is going to be up and not in time. And the runner will head to third on the throw. And Northeast takes the 1-0 lead on a clutch single up the middle. And boy, that pass ball coming back to Han ICC in a big way there. And Minshew heads up, did not stop running, and ended up at third base. That is the 3rd hit of the game there for the Tigers. Still only 1 out in the inning now, and this is going to be Harmon, the DP, coming to the plate. Clutch hit there by Minshew. But even more clutch is to end up at third on the play. That pitch in there for a strike. Harmon showed bunt but pulled back. She grounded out to the pitcher in her only at bat so far in the game. Way to the 0-1 pitch here. Shows bunt, squeeze play. Throw is not in time. Fielder's choice. for Harmon. And it's now 2-0 Tigers. And looks like Coach Ernest wants to come out and talk things over here. We'll take the break with them and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Well, there wasn't much of a conversation there as Coach Ernest basically walked out there and wanted to make sure everybody got refocused here as Northeast has come in with some clutch plays. We talked about it could be the small ball, a clutch hit that comes up. Well, it was both, as it was an RBI single by Minshew right back up the middle. But not only that, but it was a heads-up play of Minshew to have the wherewithal to recognize the throw was coming home, so she booked it all the way over to third. And then that sacrifice bunt attempt, or squeeze play, if you will, actually turned into a fielder's choice as Harmon reached safely on the play. And so now she'll be at first, and this will be Savage. She shows bunt, and that one missing for a ball. So right now, if you're ICC, nobody hurt. Yeah, you're down 2-0, but still got a few innings to work with in this one. Just got to settle down and get back in this contest and find an out. Only one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Shows bunt, fouls that one off. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at first here for Northeast. Talk about this is a big game when it comes to staging for the playoffs. ICC is 5-5 in conference play. Northeast 4-4. Runner goes, throw down is high, and it's going to get away, and that'll be a stolen base. So the steal will put the runner in scoring position. The pitch was called a ball, 2-1 now is the count. So a chance to make this a big inning here with a base hit by Savage. Indians looking for the second out of the inning here. 2-1 is the count. Ground ball, Smith finds it. So going to throw over to first, make sure he gets the out. The runner will advance in that situation. Good idea by Smith there. Her momentum was carrying her towards the bag. No reason to try to look the runner back as Savage had pretty good speed. Just go ahead and make sure you get that second out of the inning. And now this will be Calcutt. Calcutt kind of hit a little floater up to the second baseman for the third out of the third inning. She's going to ask for time in this situation. And it looks like they're going to talk to her and the base runner over there. 2-0 is the score. Runner at third here for Northeast. Boy, those 2 runs, you look back now, ICC left a runner at third in the fourth and a runner at second in the third. That was almost a home run in the fourth. Those 2 runs now coming back kind of big to haunt the Indians after a single to start the inning by Rogers and then a 1-out single right back up the middle by Minshew to make it 1-0. The heads-up base running of Minshew to end up at third on the throw home. And then a fielder's choice on the squeeze bunt allowed Minshew to score, and that's where we're at now at 2-0. That scoring recap being brought to you by Samstown Market in Manatee. So Calcutt will dig in with 2 outs and a runner at third, trying to pick up an insurance run here in the bottom of the fifth. Indians looking for the exit. Cliff getting set to deliver the pitch. That pitch, wow. Called a strike. Looked like it nearly hit Calcutt that time, but strike 1 is the call. So 0-1 is the count here to Calcutt. That ball gets away. Runner's going to try to score from third, and she will. Second pass ball in this inning that has cost the Indians, as the one earlier allowed Rogers to advance into scoring position. And so they do get that run across now. That was a big run. 1-1 now is the count after that pitch outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on base. This pitch fouled back off the netting. 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3-0. Big inning here for the Tigers. Indians need to find the exit here and see if they can get out of this inning with minimum damage done. 1-2 pitch. This one hit hard right side, but it's going to go foul. And we'll stay at 1-2 here on Calicut. So waiting the 1-2 offering from Cliff to Calicut. Wind blowing out towards left center. This one fouled back, and we'll stay at 1-2 once again. And they're going to say she did not go. 2-2 now is the count. Do agree. And they're going, did not appeal to first. So now the count evens up at 2-2. We're waiting the 2-2 offering here. Swing going to miss for strike 3. But not before the Tigers were able to put 3 runs on the boards. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Ankle sprains are one of the most common sports injuries, with an estimated 25,000 occurring every day in the United States. Sprains can happen with any sport, including just walking across the yard. Ankle sprains are most common in ball sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball, and others. As with any injury, your body quickly sends blood to start healing the process, which leads to the swelling. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, known as RICE, is a good way to treat an ankle sprain. This decreases the swelling, lessens your pain, and allows your body to heal the injury. Studies have shown that the sooner you return to activity, the better and typically the faster you will recover. Depending on the amount of injury to the ligaments, it may be days, weeks, or even months to return to high-intensity sports. Sometimes recovery may be slow, but if it gets better day by day or week by week, you are on the right path. If the ankle seems to stop improving and you just can't get back to your activities, then it's time to come see us at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Remember, our story is you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as it's 3-0 Northeast after that 3-run 5th inning. It was 3 runs on 2 hits and 1 error. And so now we move to the top of the 6th, and for ICC, it's going to be the 1-2-3 batters. As that first pitch high for a ball, it'll be Turner, Day Jones, and Smith. Well, ICC needs to find the bats, as they've got 3 hits, but those have been scattered throughout the contest. 2 for extra bases, but still no runs to show for it. Turner fouls that one back. 1-1 now is the count. Thought the ball off the bat of Tyree back in the 4th had a chance to get out of the ballpark, but hit just underneath the gold padding out there on the fence as this pitch fouled back. 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. As we wait the 1-2 offering here. And Chase went outside but found a piece of it to keep the at-bat alive. And we'll sit at 1-2 here with Turner. She's 0 for 2 of the day. Grounded out to second and also struck out. That was back in the 3rd inning. So 1-2 now is the count. And swing and a miss. The second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game by Meeks, and it's a big one. First out here in the top of the 5th, and now this will be Sammy Day Jones coming up to bat. ICC is yet to get the leadoff batter on base here. Day Jones, 1 of 2. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike. She had a single in her first at bat, but was unable to advance, and then flew out to left to end the 3rd. So 0-1 is the count. And there's a rocket shortstop knocks it down, but not going to have time to throw that one over. We'll see what they score it here at the home field. I believe it's going to be a hit in my book, but we'll see what they say. Still waiting for them to put it up. And they still haven't put it up, so I'm just going to go ahead and write it down for a hit for Day Jones, her second of the game.
Third baseman number 24, Jesse Smith.
So this will bring Jesse Smith to the plate. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike. Well, the board's going to put error on the play. Smith pops this one up. Left fielder unable to get to it. And now the Indians going to try to spark a little bit of a rally here. As Smith able to reel that one and just put it over, put them where they ain't, if you will. So we'll go back and change that hit that I had for Day to an error. Smith will get the hit, fourth of the game for ICC, first of the day there for Smith. And now this will be Tyree coming to the plate. As we mentioned, Tyree nearly put one out of the ballpark in her last at bat. Wind calming down now. One out, runners on first and second. ICC trailing it 3-0. Ball in the dirt, blocked up nicely there. 1-0 is the count. This is the first of two games here this afternoon on the ICC Sports Network. Appreciate those that are tuning in here or listening or watching across the way. That pitch missing low as well. 2-0 now is the count. So 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, runners on first and second. Tying run at the plate for the Indians. That one in there for a strike. 2-1 now is the count here to Tyree. She's the DP on the afternoon. As we mentioned, she came into this series batting .344. Doubled in her last at bat, flew out to center in her first. That pitch missing low. 3-1 now is the count. So waiting the 3-1 offering here. This one hit hard, and it's going to get through, and this is going to score 1. The ball deflected by the shortstop, and the runner will end up at second. A clutch hit there by Tyree. And that will be her second double of the game, as Day Jones came around to score. The ball was deflected. Smith advanced to third on the play. And looks like we may have a pitching change coming up here for the Tigers. They are going to make a call to the bullpen. Let's hear from Guaranteed Bank and be back with more right after this.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We do have that call to the bullpen here, as this will be Riley Tittle coming in to pitch. She's a sophomore out of Tuscumbia, Alabama. Take some look at some numbers on her. 10-3 on the year. This is her 18th appearance. She's got 3 saves, so trying to enter and see if she can earn another one here, but ICC's got the tying run at second with 1 out in the inning, and this is going to be Chloe McLean coming to the plate. Chloe, 0 for 1 of the day, had a sacrifice bunt in her last at bat, grounded out 5-3 in her bat before that. As the shortstop wanted to come up and talk to her pitcher. Bunt's laid down. It's a foul ball. I was going to say it's a good one, but a foul ball there as it just took an unfortunate hop down the line, so that'll go for strike 1. We also do have a change defensively. Looks like Bree Harmon is in at second, placing Holcomb. Or we'll see where Holcomb is here in a moment. It looks like she's replacing Holcomb. So 0-1 is the count after that foul ball. That pitch up high for a ball. Northeast fans didn't necessarily like that one. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Tying run is at second here for the Indians. Bunt's laid down, and it's a fair ball. That was, is he going to call that foul? No way. No way. She caught that in fair territory. You've got to be kidding me. She caught that ball before it even went foul. It was in fair territory. And the umpire right down the line missed it. Now, boy, there's a lot of irate ICC fans, and rightfully so, as now the count goes 1-2. Boy, tough break there for the Indians, as that would have scored the run. That pitch missing low and outside. 2-2 now is the count. When she caught the ball, she was in fair territory. So a big time break there for the Tigers. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at second and third. And this is McLean at the plate here. Tittle in the circle. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Man, that's tough. Tough. As that's the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Tittle, who is replacing replacing Meeks. But yeah, very questionable call down the line there. And man, now this is going to bring Beckley up. 2 outs in the inning, runners at second and third. Should be a 3-2 contest with a runner at third. That first pitch in there for a strike. Hate to be that way, but try to stay neutral as possible. But man, that was such an easy call. So 0-1 now is the count here on Allie Beckley. Beckley chases the pitch inside. 0-2 now is the count. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tying run at second. Indians down 3-1 here in the top of the 5th. Beckley, slow roller to the pitcher. Throws over to first in time and gets the out. Tough break there for the Indians, as it should be a 3-2 contest, but instead 3-1 as we'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll take a break and shake loose those nuts and bolts and be back with more right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll head now to the bottom of the 5th inning. 3-1 is the score. Again, ICC leaving runners in scoring position. That's going to be the tail of the tape at the end of the day. Hopefully it doesn't come back and haunt the Indians. They have put 6 runners on the bases. 1 has scored. 4 have been left in stranding position. 4 have been left in scoring position. 2 of those at third base. So this will be Bean to start us off here. The number 1, 2, 3 batters due up for the Tigers. That pitch missing low for a ball. Well, you're hoping Karma would kind of bounce back and help the Indians out there in that top of the 6th. Yeah, excuse me, I've got the 5th, but it is top of the 6th. Or it's the bottom of the 6th, I should say. Ground ball to the pitcher. Throw across the way is in time for the out, 1-3. And so now with 1 out in the inning, this will be Matty Holcomb coming to the plate. Holcomb 0 for 2 on the day, lined into a Little Caesars double play in the 4th, also popped up to the pitcher. Looks at that first pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Holcomb. Little Caesars, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. Sponsors all of our double plays throughout the season. Check swing, foul ball, strike 1. 1-1 now is the count. So 1-1 now is the count. That pitch runs high, 2-1 now at the count. Two balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Holcomb at the plate, batting in that 2 spot. As this pitch lifted, center fielder is going to drift over and will catch it for the out. So Holcomb moved somewhere else defensively because we did have Harmon, I believe, come in and play second in that previous inning, so not sure where Holcomb relocated to. And so now with 2 outs, this will be Carnathan coming to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day as she popped up to the first baseman in foul territory to end the 4th. She walked, but was caught trying to steal 2-6 to end the 1st. Pops this one up right back into your living room. 0-1 is the count. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on here for the Tigers in the bottom of the 6th. ICC trying to get out of here with no damage done as they're to be down to their final 3 outs of the game as that pitch missing outside. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. This one popped up. Second baseman is going to jog back. Now will come in and make the play for the out. So 3 up, 3 down. Go the Tigers. ICC down to their final 3 outs of the game. It'll be Stegall, Martin, and Cooper scheduled up for the Indians here as we'll head to the top of the 7th. Before we do that, we're going to hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this.
This is a place to create your future. And when you get here, you realize you're not alone. You meet new people and make connections. It's not always about knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's about finding your own way. It's working together to build something bigger than ourselves. It's hard work, but lots of fun. We come for the quality education, but we leave with an unparalleled experience. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, Understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head now to the top of the 7th inning. Stegall, Martin, and Cooper, 7, 8, 9 batters due up here for the Indians. Stegall 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out to the pitcher in both attempts. So Tittle coming in, trying to earn the save today. Is that pitch in there for a strike? No balls, 1 strike, and no outs. Martin on deck here for the Indians. ICC trailing at 3-1. Honestly, should be 3-2. Is that pitch missing for a ball? 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. That pitch missing low and outside. 2-1 now is the count. Well, for ICC and me, you put that in play out of the back of your head and battle here because you're down to your final 3 outs of the game. They trail at 3-1 after a 3-run 5th inning. ICC is left 4 runners stranded in scoring position, 2 of those in third base. There's a grounder up the middle. Second baseman fights. It's going to be a long throw, not in time. Stegall coming up with her first hit of the day, and that's a clutch one. And we'll see if the Indians elect to keep her on the bases or they're going to put somebody into run here to get a little bit more speed on the bags right now. Looks like that's going to be the case. And see if it's going to be, it's actually going to be number 8 coming into the game. And that's going to be Lakin Nichols. Good to see Lakin back. She was shaken up in that series against Holmes. And so she was able to battle back, and this is her first game back since then after a tough collision at home plate. And so Nichols will check in here for Stegall. And this will be Martin at the at the plate. Martin 0 for 2 on the day. She lined out to third, grounded out to short, so looking to redeem herself here, see if she can find her first hit of the game. She does represent the tying run. That pitch going to miss low for a ball. Game 1 of 2 this afternoon here, or this evening I should say, in Boonville. ICC and Northeast tangling up here in softball. Shows bunt, fouls that one off. 1-1 now is the count. That'll be the case tomorrow, right back here on the Red Channel. I'll be joined by Dr. Brad Boggs as we'll get set for some baseball in Fulton. ICC and Northeast will do battle there at 2 o'clock. 1-1 pitch. This one fouled off. That one for sure a foul ball. 1-2 now is the count. So now you got to protect the plate here if you're Martin. She's playing in left field today. Got tons of speed. Would love to get her and Nichols on the bases together here, especially trailing by 2 with no outs. That ball dropped, and they're going to go to second on the play, and they're going to call her out. Wow. I can't argue there. It looked like they double it up. They did double it up. So they're going to say that she was caught stealing. And so that's going to be a strikeout because first base was not open. And then 2-6 on the play on the strikeout. Not what you wanted to do there if you're the Indians. And now this will be Cooper at the plate. You don't want to run yourself out of the ball game, and unfortunately, ICC now's got a lot of work to do here with 2 outs in the inning. 1-1 is the count here to Cooper. She doubled her last time up. Fouls this one back off the net. 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Cooper 1 for 2 on the day. Double and a line out to left on a play that the left fielder had slipped but had the wherewithal to still make the play. As this pitch fouled back, and it'll go out of play, and we'll sit at 1-2. So awaiting the 1-2 offering here. Tigers an out away from picking up the first win of the day here. They lead it 3-1. And this one fouled back. Cooper battling here, trying to see if she can spark a 2-out rally. So waiting the 1-2 offering here. Cooper pops this one up. Left fielder's going to give chase, third baseman, and left fielder will make the play and absolutely slide hard into the fence over there. She's able to hang on to the ball, but my goodness, that was a tough collision with the fence as she went sliding. I'm glad it's not on the film here as she is hurt. Did she drop the ball? I thought she held on to it. The umpire did not signal out, and they immediately take Sydney Bean off the field. And folks, that was tough to watch as she slid. I thought she held on to the ball, but apparently dropped it. But when she hit that turf, she slid, and I'm telling you, folks, she hammered the fence over there in foul territory. And hopefully she'll be okay, as maybe just a busted lip, nothing serious there, as they're going to send in a new left fielder here for Northeast. That is going to be Meeks, who will head over there to left now.
Defensive change for Northeast. Ava Meeks will now play left field. Tracy Yates is again to play right field.
And then we got a new right fielder in the game as well. That's going to be Yates coming in. So Meeks, looks like she may be switching over there, but man, hopefully Sydney Bean is okay. As we said, that was a tough collision over there with the fence. Coach Ernest going over to check on her as well. We said she was able to walk off the field on her own power. That's the good thing. They were holding her mouth, so hopefully maybe just a busted lip, nothing too serious over there for Sydney, who made the heck of an effort to try to make the play on that one. And so the count will stay 1-2 as we get set to get back to action here. Indians still down to their final out here. 1-2 is the count. New life here for Cooper. Cooper fouls this one back as she continues to battle here, batting in that 9 spot. As we said, 1 for 2 on the day with a double. She was left stranded back in the 3rd inning. Missed opportunities. Could be the tail of the tape here for the Indians in game 1, but ICC would love to spark a 2-out rally here to see if they can find a way to at least extend this one. Ball is going to be hit down the line, left fielder, but foul. And so still battling at the plate here is Cooper. So the count will stay at 1-2 here on Cooper. Wind is shifting now. It's blowing out towards right center versus left. 1-2, still the count here on Camden Cooper. Rips up the middle, and a great at-bat there by Cooper as she will get her 2nd hit of the game. At least 4 or 5 foul balls there before Cooper was able to get that double, or excuse me, get that single right back up the middle. And now this will be Turner coming to the plate. Turner 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Would love to redeem herself with a base hit here for the Indians, as she represents a tying run here in the top of the 7th. Still 2 outs in the inning, as Turner looks at that first pitch, missing low for a ball. If Turner were to reach, it'll be Day Jones up next here. Indians need 2 to extend it. The Tigers need an out to end it. Big swing and a miss there for Turner. 1-1 now is the count. (3-1) is the score. 1-1 is the count. 2 outs. Runner at first. This pitch popped back, out of play. 1-2 now is the count here to Turner. So Turner will dig in once again with this 1-2 count. Tittle trying to earn the save. The Indians trying to spark a rally. Tying run at the plate. That pitch high. 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Turner pulls on that one. Foul. And she'll keep the at-bat alive here. 2 balls, 2 strikes is the situation here with 2 outs in the inning. ICC trying to spark the rally late in this one. Tying run is at the bat right now in Turner. As we mentioned, 0 for 3 on the day. Pitch coming. Turner pops this one up, and she's keeping the at-bat alive here. A lot like what Cooper did in her previous at-bat. Fouled off 4 or 5 pitches before able to find a little seeing eye single back up the middle. The Indians would love to try to get that tying run on base. Would love to find a way to get down to Smith, but with 2 outs in the lineup, or excuse me, with 2 outs and she's 2 batters down the lineup, be a tough spot to get. 2-2 now is the count here to Turner. Turner to the shortstop. She'll pick it up, run over, and step on the bag, and that will do it. As the Indians drop this one by the final score of 3-1. We'll take a break and be back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC falls in the first game of the day by the final score of 3-1. Let's take a look at today's final line for ICC. 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error. For Northeast, 3 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. ICC falls to 13-19 and 5-6 in conference play. Northeast improves to 25-11, 5-4 inside conference play. For ICC, boy, you look back at it, it's going to be the tail of the tape. Is going to be not taking advantage of having runners in scoring position. ICC put 4 runners in scoring position, and 2 of those were at third base. Couldn't get any runs scored. As a matter of fact, the only run of the day was Day Jones, who reached on an error. That was back in the 6th inning. So let's take a look at some final stats here. Turner on the day, 0 for 4. And she grounded out 6-3 on the last out of the game. Day Jones was 1 for 3 with a single that reached on an error and scored a run. Smith was 1 for 3 with a single. She was left stranded back in that 6th inning when Indians had runners at 2nd and 3rd. She was on 3rd. Tyree was 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of doubles and an RBI. You had McLean was 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a sacrifice bunt. Beckley 0 for 3. Stegall 1 for 3. She did have a single. Her runner Nichols was caught trying to steal there in that 7th inning. Martin 0 for 3. Cooper was 2 for 3 with a double and a single. Our Samstown Market star of the game is going to be Riley Tyree with those 2 doubles and the only RBI of the game. For Northeast, it was Bean, Rogers, and Minshew with the hits of the day, all those singles. You take a look at a couple of pass balls were big for the Indians. One of them allowed Rogers to move into scoring position and then set up Minshew with the RBI single. The Minshew had a great wherewithal to scatter around the bases when ICC tried to throw the run out at home. She ended up at 3rd, and then another pass ball allowed Bree Harmon to eventually come around to score after she reached on a fielder's choice that drove in a run as well. Well, that's going to do it here for Game 1. We'll be back in about 20-25 minutes for Game 2 as ICC will try to rebound and find a way to pick up the win here in Game 2. Back in about 20 minutes here on the ICC Sports Network.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.